This is my review on the Queen family Singalong. Found it on Disney Plus streaming service. And I think it was originally exclusively for Disney Plus. When I first watched it, but it's probably not anymore. I don't know. It's only 42 minutes long, but oh boy, feels a lot longer than 42 minutes, and I felt them. And for every minute of those 42 minutes, I felt it all right. Well, there's a bunch of artists cover Queen songs, and they're not really big time or talented artists that cover these Queen songs. In most cases, in the special. Hi, Dad. Come in. I'm talking about the Queen's family sing-along. Cool. Why is that cool? I'm doing a review on it. Remember you watched it? Yeah. On Disney Plus? Uh-huh. I remember how you couldn't stand it? I checked the time. One time it was only 42 minutes long. Oh my god. Just now. And so that's... Yeah, when this special came out on Disney Plus, it was last year. It came out especially. Oh boy. What are the words to describe this special event of the Queen's family sing-along? Other than it knows how to fuck Freddie Mercury's corpse, finally refuck it, and dig it out of the grave, and then take a giant shit on his face, on his corpse, after finally fucking it, against his will. After digging him out of the grave, and that's what it feels. That's what special feels like is like when you're watching majority of it. Yeah, well, now, not all of these songs are bad, cover songs, but too much of it is bad. We Will Rock You, is actually a good cover, and it doesn't get that much better from there, it gets worse. It's this, after We Will Rock You, it instantly, starts to punish you after We Will Rock You if you think, oh, okay, this is going to be fine. It's not, We Will Rock You was a pretty decent cover. Then, it instantly bitches, slaps you multiple times, and abuses you into something that you didn't quite expecting. I mean, it's not like they changed the real lyrics of any of the Queen songs, but they perform a lot of them off key. Off key, all of them, pretty much all of them, everybody. And it's sad that the We Will Rock You is the best memorable one, because things being performed by children that haven't fully developed their vocal range, probably. And so that's what We Will Rock You is covering. They actually do a fine job, those kids, and really fun version of the We Will Rock You. This obnoxious asshole decides that he shall be the host, I guess. He's the host. I feel his name is he's the host, and he's just keeps on making the dragon. He's there to do some sort of brief history lesson on Queens in between the songs, even though it's probably all bullshit. Because, look, if he couldn't get the singing that well done, that would mean good talented people to actually cover Freddie Mercury songs when he was in the band Queens before he died. Then I don't trust that this history lesson is being that faithful. So, yeah, I think that the two worst songs has got to be that he covers the guy at the end when he covers Bohemian Rhapsody, and he sounds like some sort of yangsty teenager in labor. That's a boy. And I didn't even know that sound could be even possible from this listening for someone singing. And ironically, the person that is singing, that the host is also male, but he sounds like he's in serious labor. and the other worst, the other two worst, okay, I'm going to talk about the second worst one is you know the song "Anybody Find Somebody to Love Me"? You know that Queen song? A acapella group covers that song, and oh my lord, I agree with my dad that they sound like the guys sound like they're searching for their balls. No, he said it sounds like they got their dicks cut off. Well, it sounds like both, I guess. It just sounds terrible. I mean, they perform it literally in an a cappella choir. Why? And the show must go on by the one that keeps like saying the show must go on. It's like that song that Freddie Mercury did originally is covered by the new Queen singer Adam Lambert. And my God, if I didn't have ears, I say he sounds like Angel. In other words, I really think he sucks. His song's the third worst out of everybody, because I don't know. You know how the Weeknd, he sounds like the Weeknd if the Weeknd sang like piece of shit. Like an actual piece of shit. That could live and breathe and learn to talk. So, basically, Adam Lambert sounds like the Weeknd singer if the Weeknd didn't have any talent but all ego. And no talent whatsoever to sing with. But he sings anyway and somehow got the job of Freddie Mercury once had. Be the lead singer of Queens. Oh, this is a joke, right? I'm obviously being punked. This is no way. I refuse to believe, unless I'm in hell, that Adam Lambert is the official lead singer of Queens. In fact, I know that I'm in hell because that's just true that he's the lead singer of Queens, and I lost all respect for them. Except for Freddie Mercury, but he's 6 feet underground, so. And also this guy. Who sounds constipated when he's singing. Sounds like really in pain when he's singing, is singing with Miss Piggy. And the song that they're singing is like a crazy little thing called Love. I believe that's what the song's called. Like, so yeah. Well, what this special is doing is dedicating to trying to butcher Freddie Mercury's legacy. And also one, Fall Out Boys, the singer of the Fall Out Boys and the rest of the Fall Out Boy, the band. Oh boy. The Fall Out Boy singer, when he sings a Queen song, he sounds straight up suicidal, like he wants to put a gun to his mouth. He sounds miserable as fuck. Like, you want to tell us, you don't want to like reach out and tell him you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this to yourself. And, the one with Miss Piggy and the one with the guy that sounds constipated is half decent. I say half decent because, the one with Miss Piggy singing, she actually sounds like she's enjoying herself, while the guy just sounds like he's in pain. That's doing a duet with Miss Piggy, of all things. And that's really not a problem with this, like, most of the people just sound fucking miserable. And they just sound fucking bored out of their mind or in pain, or all the above most of the times. It's all the above they sound. They sound miserable, in pain, and bored out of their mind. When they sing, most of these people. Like, it feels my ideal hell if hell was a musical. So basically, it's the nostalgia crystal wall when he reviewed Pink Floyd's The Wall and turned the entire review into a musical. And that was just under 50 minutes long. So yeah, I'm reviewing both things now, okay? The nostalgia crystal wall and the Queen's family sing-along. And that's what both of these things have the same amount of problems, I think, although I think the Nostalgia Crystal Wall is a lot worse. Actually, like in terms of vocal range, Nostalgia Crystal Wall is a lot worse in terms of vocal range. But in terms of which is a more butcher to the legacy band, I'm going to have to say Queens is. Now, however, which is more disrespectful to the dead is definitely goes to Nostalgia Critic. Wait, Roger Waters isn't dead yet. So yeah, so this is disrespectful then. I don't think he's dead. Hey, Dad, I forget, was Roger Waters dead or died? No, he's alive. Yeah, Roger Waters is alive, right. So it's not disrespectful dead, but it is basically disrespectful in the definition word of disrespectful way for the nostalgic side. So yeah. I'm not really sure which are more I'm not really sure which is more unwatchable, to be honest with you. So I'm giving them both 0 out of 10. Because it's really, really hard to decide which is more unwatchable. I swear, even if I had a gun to my head and someone was demanding me to pick one, I don't think I could pick one because it's that hard to decide. Like, I don't think I could pick one if my life depends on which one is worse than the other one. Luckily, my life doesn't depend on it, so I'm okay. So, that's a good thing. So I'm luckily in a situation where I was on YouTube and talking about my feelings to these things, and it's not in a situation where my life depends on it, and the point that I'm going to get murdered if I don't pick a decision over one or the other, which is worse. So that's a good thing. One good thing that came out of this review. Oh god. So yeah, I think I'm done talking about these things. Disney, don't do any more cover bands unless you plan on putting actual effort and money spent into it. Don't just pick a legacy band or any band and do it the cheapest way possible, which nobody said much, which majority of them aren't even talented. And Doug Walker, don't do a musical review ever again when the entire thing's a musical, because you don't have the vocal range or the talent. And another thing, Doug, if you want to do a musical online, a cheap budget musical, make the budget consistently crap or consistently quality or low quality. And that's what problem was Doug Walker's. His musical doesn't look consistent with his budget. And what's with the whole hashtag things that when we dress up as when he dressed up as like one of the characters, he just hashtag. What's the point of that? Seriously, Doug, you're not talented. Well, when it comes to singing, but you're not talented in many ways because, well, now there's one thing that came out of I will say there's one thing that came out of Doug Walker's review of The Wall. They calls it, even though it's called Pink Floyd The Wall movie, the movie. He just calls it The Wall. And then do research on what's the actual title. So he calls it Nostalgic The Wall. And yeah, so this one good thing that came out of Doug Walker after he posted that review, he became no longer taken seriously, I guess, and he became basically he put out the worst review in history. And this became the worst review in history. Doug Walker's The Wall called Nostalgic The Wall. And I guess since then he's lost a huge amount of fan base, I guess it seems. And nobody would take him seriously when it comes to his opinions on anything. So that's one good thing. His career is now basically in the toilet. That came out of him making that video. So, and this is all I gotta say. I'm shutting this camera off now. Okay, later.